Everybody, this is Johnny Jones, your AFGE Council 100 Secretary Treasurer and the local president for AFGE Local 1040 out of DFW Airport. I'm just coming to you from Jaguar Studios here in Fort Worth, Texas on June the 5th, 2026. So I would like to start this video off as a reminder. 82 years ago, people prepared to board ships to cross one of the largest storming of beaches in the history of the world, when they had to begin the invasion of mainland Europe to give the freedom back to those folks. So I would always like to honor that great achievement done by so many. And most of us, had grandparents that served in those. So I always think about what they had to deal with and during those hard times. So I'd like to, just say thank you for everybody who served. And Memorial Day was over there over the last weekend, and a lot of us had family members. And like I was talking about, my dad and my grandfather are buried about 50 feet apart in the National Cemetery, so they're not very far apart. But I would like to talk about the other things that are going on right now at TSA. So first and foremost, everybody has probably heard about the annual medical certification, the AMC, and those things are happening. So within a month of your EOD, your entry on duty date, you're going to be required to fill out this form. And what we're going to do is today is we're going to go over that form and talk about it. The other thing we're going to talk about is privatization, to give you guys some updates, what the union is doing to help slow down or stop privatization and try to keep it from moving forward. And then lastly, we're going to let you know what the union is doing about the annual medical certification. And also, TSA hasn't started the daily fitness for duty program, but it's going to start at some point. So that's just coming right around the corner. And just want everybody to understand that these things are going to happen. And we're going to talk about some of the definitions and stuff involved in it. So just hang tight. We're going to go to the first thing, which is we're going to talk about the annual medical certification, AMC, not the place you're going to go see Toy Story, but unfortunately the place you're going to have to fill out this questionnaire, which is definitely caused a lot of questions in the workforce. So the first thing we're going to do is this is the form that you're going to go online and you're going to fill, and it's for all bargaining employees if you're in a uniform, more or less. You're going to want to, if you don't feel comfortable doing this in front of other people, you can always ask for them to give you a more private space, because especially if you have to answer yes to some of these questions, you may not feel comfortable about sharing your information or having somebody look over your shoulder. And also, you have the right to a union representative to be present while you're filling out this form. So it's very important for everybody to take the time, read over, and then if you're in Local 1040, you're going to have a copy of this sent to you so you can take a look at it, review it, so it will help you before you have to go under and fill it out. So once you receive the notification, you have 30 days to complete it, and once you start it, you have 15 days to complete it from once you start. So if you started this medical certification on the 29th day that they say it's due by, you would have 15 days past those to complete it. So it'd be a total of 44 days thereabouts. But you have to start it before your window is closed. So you're just going to start with some information, your TSA email, your name, your last name. You're going to go scroll through this, your airport code. You're gonna, I guess you put your driver's license in here. Do you have any lifting restrictions? Do you crutches, walkers? Do you take narcotics for pain? These things, if you answer yes, you're going to have to list these medications. If you don't take them, then you just answer no. And hopefully you're not unsure, because that means you're taking something that you have no idea what you're taking. So it should pretty much be yes or no in this scenario. It's either yes, no, or unsure. So hopefully it's pretty clear, right? And these are some of the conditions that they're going to be going over. So we'll just don't make I want you to kind of read over these, but there's about 10 here. It's either yes, no, or maybe. Now remember, these are clinically diagnosed events, not something you thought you had or something that, I think I may have had. These are legitimate issues. So when we get down into, well, I think I have seizures. Well, this isn't, it's clinically diagnosed. Now, if you have dementia and you're watching this, there's a good chance you may not think there's anything wrong with you, right? So, my mom my mom has paranoid schizophrenia, and a little bit of those things going on. And so it's really important for us to kind of take a second before you get in there so you can understand these questions. A lot of people say they're depressed, but do they actually take medication for it? Are they being treated? And if you're not, then it's a no, right? If you have alcoholism, no. Are you clinically diagnosed with alcoholism? These are all clinical diagnoses, okay? So it's very important for everybody to understand that. Now, some of us have probably had abnormal and balance coordination after you had too much to drink on a weekend and maybe you stepped over something. We don't want to put yes because you were inebriated during that time. So it would still be a no, right? It's when you're not under the influence of alcohol and stuff of that nature, just trying to make a little bit lighter. If you're on diagnoses with diabetes, but the most important part of this, guys, if you're not feeling comfortable, you can reach out. You have the right to a union representative while you're filling out this form. It's so vital that you understand that. And like I said, taking a few minutes to take a look at this is going to help you out a lot. It'll ease your concerns. And also, the Council 100 has initiated bargaining on the policies and even the questionnaire. So we're going to be trying to improve it, make it easier and less stressful on us, the officer, because this is what we do and everybody's afraid. They don't know what this is all about. This policy actually started back in 2021, but the agency is saying now they didn't have the funding to execute until today. So here they're executing this. It's not a HIPAA violation, because HIPAA violations are when you get healthcare information without the authorization of the individual. Now, you want to be careful and make sure that you don't have people looking over your shoulders, because you don't want people knowing your healthcare. And it's very important that you take the time, read the questions, get informed, and also going and looking at the table of medical fitness for duty guidelines, which came out 2018, which we also have a copy of. And so it's very important for the employee, the representative, to be informed. The council is working on this as much as we can. And also, let's talk about privatization, right? Let's move on to privatization. The agency doesn't have the authority to force the Cat 3s and Cat 4 airports to go privatize. They're going to need to get some of the laws changed, and they have to receive the funding. But it doesn't prohibit people from trying to become a privatized airport by going through the program and the Gold Star program. There are so many things out there that are definitely going to cause the problems, and we're just trying to make sure you have that information available to you. People are thinking that if you have FMLA, the daily fitness for duty, this annual medical certification is coming to target them. Well, it may or may not be targeting them, but it could impact them. So that's the reason why it's so important to take the time to get informed, to become knowledgeable about this questionnaire, because if you answer it wrong, then you're going to have to kind of like do a mini fitness for duty to go through this process. And so just remember, you have the right to a union representative. The timelines are important. When you get, when your EODs are, you should be able to be like, okay, I got this coming up. Just kind of like do the best you can to prepare yourself. And the daily fitness for duty requirements haven't started yet, but that's coming right around the corner. So as soon as the council and the local gets the information becomes available and they actually initiating this, we are going to be out there bringing this information out to you. It's very important also during the summertime. If you're scheduling overtime, make sure you come to the overtime. If you need to take that time and cancel it, just do it as much time as possible, because it makes it easier for other people to work. Because believe me, a lot of people do want to work overtime, but sometimes it becomes full and then some people can't make it. So it's just always best to do that. Also, your attendance is going to be paramount. They are definitely going to be issuing letters of counseling on attendance and sick leave restrictions. on a more frequent basis. And if you have AWOLs that have not been resolved, we are working on a letter that we're going to ask people to send to their congressional representatives, which we also hopefully might have attached to this. But if not, we're going to assist you in getting that done. I've been working with several folks across the country to get this ready, and the local and the council is working very hard for you, the AFGE members. So with that, I'm Johnny Jones signing out of Jaguar Studios. I'm your AFGE Council 100 Secretary Treasurer and your local 1040 President, signing out here at Fort Worth. You'll have a great weekend, and hopefully you get a chance to spend some time with your families over the summer. And be safe out there, because it is going to be a hot one, and make sure you stay hydrated. And with that, I'll see y'all later. Bye now.